Well, hello, you are most welcome to the GMODISM channel. This is your host, Eric. And today we are going to have a little battle between the army of GMODISM Gimle class Mark III, beta-ish, former Lieutenant Ali, nowadays Commander Ali, is doing some additional testing and proposing some extra upgrades to the Mark III of the Gimle. Will be minor of these, but we'll look at them later in the official first battle where the Gimle actually faces a new enemy. But in any case, this is about what the Gimle Mark III will be, and Valantis Mark X is now finished. Valantis is made by Parzival, and it is a previous combatant in the little tournament, and this is an upgrade to it. So this battle is actually an unofficial battle. But in the dead time of the Gimle Mark III getting finalized testing, I thought why not have some unofficial battle to bring the fighting spirit back. So, ladies and gents, best of three. The upgraded Valantis versus the upgraded Gimle class. So, first crams taken out like that. We got some frags in the air here. Oh, are these? Oh, we are getting triggered here. Look at that. They're going for the decoy. Incendiaries are going for the decoys, the spinning decoys. Cram shells are getting through. Valantis is not in the lead. Oh, it's very, very close them between. Also, do remember that the health percentage is not very telltale of the current battle status of the vehicles. Because it's namely the case that it's basically decided of how many blocks lost, so the percentage of blocks lost, and if you have a lot of wood like the Gimle class, the health drops faster. So yeah, that's why the Gimle is pretty good at fighting at a pretty low percentage, whereas say the Megalodon is dead past 80% because it has a lot of sturdy blocks. Wow, okay, they are coming in here, and whoom, the decoys are really helping out there. Look at the fire, look at the fire on this. That's crazy. They are going so close too. Look at this. Look at this. And the Gimle's cram cannons are laser area detonated so that they will be able to do damage against a lot of things that they wouldn't be able to do damage against otherwise, like a little bit more evasive stuff. I don't know how well it will work in reality, but that's the thought behind it. Valantis is sneaking over to the Gimle's weak side. That is very, very interesting. We're going to take a little look at the Valantis later. I think we're going to take a look at the Valantis, yeah, after this battle, because I want to see what has changed. Oh my, we have, and how it's different. We have a lot of, oh, okay. This follows, the exterior shell here follows my own armor philosophy here. Very interesting. Gimle class is at 86%, and Valantis is at 92. The Gimle's weak side is exposed. Oh my. It is backing up, and before I actually set the spin blocks to rotate the wrong angle when it went backwards, So it was actually very ineffective at going backwards. Now it's much more effective at going backwards, but I don't know if it's effective enough. The upgraded interceptors are surely doing good work, but every second the Gimle class exposes its weak side to the enemy is bad times. Look at this. This is the AI core, ladies and gentlemen. This is the AI core. The auxiliary controls have been shot out, which means that the Gimle class is actually functioning on a pretty low altitude now, because its automatic stabilization is now offline, which brings a lot of engine power back, honestly. It's not a bad thing for the Gimle. That's why it's not too protected, because it's kind of fine if it gets hit. I do wonder if the Gimle's detection is a-okay though. They are really coming in with their bows close to each other. Gimle is still backing up. It's keeping its angle, but the angle is still bad. The Gimle's weak side is really bad. And after the upgrades, the Gimle's weak side is even worse than before. That's how I paid for the upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, what is gonna happen? I wonder very much indeed. Look at this. We have, ooh, explosions coming in there. Gimle is at 79 and Valantis is at 87. Ooh, the Gimle is struggling to keep Valantis off its weak side, but it's turning slow enough so that the weak side is continuously getting exposed. That looked like a pretty bad hit, mate. Valantis Mark 10, she is fighting strong and looking very splendid, I must say. Are we using APS to do this rigging? No, this is just decos. Yeah, I used the same type of rigging, using 8 meters recoil absorbers as mimics. Yeah, that's a good way for the Yamato. The Yamato Mark II upgrade. Look at this poor thing. We don't have anything there. Now I locked on to completely wrong stuff. That was pretty cool. That's some doom rods. Oh crap, I think our detection is a bit sad. The Valantis is escaping. Why? Why? 75 versus 85. I can't really say how this battle will go yet, because the Gimle has been at 70 something for a time. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Valantis seem to have a similar armor structure as well, so it should have pretty good. Boom. More shots are coming in. Gimle 74, Valantis 84. It's keeping its 10% lead. Good job indeed. Bam. Oh wow, okay. Seems like the continuous fire back and forth is slowing down a bit. We still have a 10% difference. Just pause the game a little bit, checking out what's happening over here. Look at that. We are finally facing our strong side to the Valantis, but man, so much damage. Is the laser even online anymore, ladies and gentlemen? Is it online? Gimle, she is struggling hard here. Look at that. And the weak side of the Gimle is decimated. We have engine system stuff poking out here. I think we may have a low amounts of engine power to power the lasers, possibly. Look at that. 70%. I wonder if we have enough energy to... But yeah, the arqueballistas should fire anyways. They should fire anyways. Or will they? I haven't seen them reload in a while. I wonder if all of them perhaps are damaged. Yeah, they should have been fired by now. And they have not. Okay. Okay, well, looks like the Vigoletta is at least doing something. This is the Vigoletta marksman, but it uses a weird type of ammo, as usual. No, this is not Vigoletta armor. This is the new Sandblaster, the Rombler. Here are the Vigoletta shells. They are no longer yellow. Anyways, these things are now rail boosted, which means that they do more damage and hit the target more often. I don't know if they have any rail boosting left though, but whatever. 67 versus 81. Looks like the Valantis is gonna take home this first battle. It's gonna be interesting to check it out to see what it packs in our next little session of checking it out. We have... Oh, we're getting some pretty scary hits there with the crams. Area detonated crams. The Valantis is not really able to take out stuff like that. Very interesting indeed. Boom, that was a really scary hit on the turret there. Bam. And this too. Gimle's cluster targeting is really paying off here. Targeting crams, I suppose. Boom. But Gimle is at 64 percentages. It just feels like the Valantis is throwing less firepower now, but it seems to still be packing fire, because you can see here the Gimle is at 64 and the Valantis is at 77. That is more than a 10% lead. And I suppose the missiles should be hitting the Gimle now? Or is the Civ system still doing anything? I don't think so. We have a couple of Seawiz missiles here. Oh, but this area is burning. And I would suspect that it's just getting overwhelmed. The Gimle has less active defenses than previous versions, because the active defenses were kind of adapted for anti-cram use, and that kind of meant wasted firepower. You can see the missiles did fire there, and they do take out the incoming cram every once in a while. The missiles are our updated Civ's missiles, the interceptors. I've showed you in the empirical testing, no, the showcase video for that, if you were wondering. 60 versus 70. It's really slowed down the battle here, but it's not so far away for the Gimle class to despawn, honestly. You can see the interceptors there. Woo. Whatever did we lock onto? We have some things firing underwater. Look at this. The Gimle class is looking really sad. Looking really sad over here. Oh, so we have area detonated frag that fires underwater. Yeah, that's a smart idea. A lot of people put wood or like one single layer of alloy or whatever at the bottom of their ships. And this is gonna decimate that. If I didn't upgrade the Gimle's like armor for the turrets, I think they would have been gone by now. This turret's LVCs, all three of them seem to have been taken out. That is insane. 75. No, I mean 55, 57 and 71. I was combining the numbers there like a crazy individual, so there is that. Yeah, the Gimle is going down their first battle. Valantis, what happened? 69 percentages? Are you gonna win at the funny number? Is that it? Is that it? He took a real bad hit here. The outcome of the battle seems less certain now. What the hell? This is crazy. Okay. 55.7. Come on, Valantis Mark 10. I think you can defeat Gimle. But I also want the Gimle to win a bit, because you know it's the upgraded Gimle. But good job from Parzival definitely here. Look at that. Gimle entered despawn territory. First battle victory goes to Valantis Mark 10. Gimle is looking so sad, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're gonna check out what the Valantis Mark 10 is packing. And remember, sadly, Valantis Mark 10 is not part of the tournament, because those submissions are closed. It's an unofficial battle. Alright. By the way, if you want to get our cool loading screens, you know you can get them for free, right? I have a download link. You can go to the posts on my YouTube page and I showcase some of them, and they have links to the free downloads. And for those of you who missed, I don't know how many of you missed that. That's crazy. The Mark III of the platform is released. You can go and get it, you know? It's released. It's out. If you missed that, it's out. People seem to have missed it. It's I don't know. And while we load the Valantis, I just want to say big thanks to all of the supporters in the Imperial government, Chancellor Super Dave, and our commissioned officers, Admiral Dragon X62, Commodore, the all-round gamer. We have a new Commodore, ladies and gentlemen. Big thanks for the support. Commander Ben Wilkie, Commander DLFN, Commander Sven van der Velde, and Commander Ali, former Lieutenant. Congratulations, Ali, on your upgrade. Lieutenants Anto Cravey, Flars Dagen, Daniel Saikin, Owen, Parby Greed, Vincent Veritas, Volkite, Rick Prell, Scoob Rocks, all our cadets, and those in the Ecclesiar Cadets, the YouTube member. Big thanks for supporting us monthly. It helps a lot. This is gonna look a little bit silly, but you know, whoops. There you go. Fantastic. Here we have the Valantis, so let's check out what Parzival put together. Here we can see Parzival. We are following the Gimle rules for this one, by the way. How much firepower does it pack here? 47% armor? It's pretty expensive. That's a lot of armor. Firepower of 1100. Okay. Mostly APS and missile and cram secondary. Got that. I love the design of it. It looks very cool. Looks very functional, but still nice. Okay. Here we got... Oh, I love these little things. It basically has like exterior interiors, what to call that. It has interiors too. Look at that. Cool chains going on here. We have a commander bridge room thing. Looking very sturdy. Big TV screens. That's looking great. Oh, we have different floors here. Cool. And we can even walk down here to areas. Nice. Oh, it's fully walkable. This is a walkable ship. That's cool. Just for the sake of it, I love walkable ships. It's nice. It's nice. They don't have to be walkable, but it's a very nice touch. Very beautiful. Okay. And for those of you who are wondering, when you're building and clicking the end key, that's how to bring this. Right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a cross-sectional cut here. So we can see we have an interesting armor here. right? So this part of the armor is very thin, wood-backed metal. That's great for like keeping detonations away from your core. Very smart. Like torpedo bulk, whatever. Then we have alloy poles on wood. I don't get why this is not just... Well, whatever. It seems to be working fine. We have alloy here on backstacked. I would replace these alloy wedges with metal wedges, but I don't know, maybe it sinks then. And then we have... Oh, we got the metal inside of there, and then wood. Wow, okay, that's a lot of backstacked era. Some people hate backstacked era. I like backstacked era because it's very useful. Right, and if we do a little top-down cut like this, whoops, we have in the bottom, we have this little hydrofoil wing. It's actually an aircraft wing, but whatever. And we seem to have some ammo and stuff here. Not much, but a little bit. Like that. Armor on all of the turrets, of course. Some basic heavy armor there. Nice. We got our smokestack. Is this... Oh, this is a little command bridge as well. Isn't that very nice? Oh, we have the all of the bridges with the black glass are actually bridges too. That's cool. I thought there were fake interiors there. Beautiful. Then we have we need to check out the loadout a little bit here. So we got 345mm guns. We seem to have armor-piercing, high explosive frag with a timed fuse, so they'll explode wherever, and they can also shoot underwater. Very reliable all-around shell, this. Smart setup. Very nice. And we got the cram cannon here. It has a health of 43,000, probably not getting through to the Gimle very often then. But the reload time is like 19 seconds, so having... Yeah, I don't know if it will get through very often, actually. I don't think it will. The APS is probably doing the heavy lifting here. And what do we got here? We got diff sieves. Okay. So we have a kinetic diff sieves. 120mm. Okay. And we got... That's like unusual setup. Honestly, one of my first diff guns were that, and it was a kinetic diff gun to take out crams, and it was pretty effective, so that's cool. I think it's called... I called it the something cracker or whatever. Works. Beautiful mast and stuff there. The missiles, we already know they're incendiary. These are, however, something else. Okay, we have radar EMP incendiary missiles. Cool. That's why they went for the decoy then. Radar controlled missiles. And these are incendiary only. But with yeah, they all seem to be radar ones. Well, cool. Let's go for round 2. And by the way, it's not only like loading screens, it is like menu screens as well, if you want to get the AOG ones to be mixed in with the in-game ones. You can get them for free, as said. I butchered the settings for us all, so the battle will be a little bit more effective, faster. But look, a little bit more shit, but whatever. I didn't even keep the color post-processing on, and that kind of hurts a little bit now. Well, whatever. Let's see here what is going on in this little battle. We got, oh yeah, here we can see the radar guided ones are going for the decoy. And as expected, the first volleys of the crams are being taken out. The Gimle's lamps are extremely limited nowadays. It's extremely limited. Oh my. The Valantis is rapidly closing in on Gimle's weak side. It's not able to engage the broadside. I remember Matros Kevin Fry saying, who did the Gimle Mk3 for the tournament, which, well, didn't defeat the Mark 1, so it's not in the tournament, but before, who did that, said you have to make the arqueballistas be able to face the weak side of the Gimle. And you know, right now, that feels like a pretty smart idea. Even though I tried to make the Gimle move faster to the other side, you know. There was the diff gun barrage. The mortars are packing in here too. They are now depth charge crams with like frag. So they are actually potentially scary now, you know, which is fun. A little bit better than before. Oh, I'm sorry. I should remove the menu. I had the menu on for many seconds. That looks... Anyways, okay. Gimle is at 91%. Ooh. And the Valantis is at 95. So it's very close, but the Valantis is in the lead. Oh, bam. That was some bad hits on the bridge here. I wonder if the bridge is gonna get hit so that... No, you can see the interiors. So that detection will be lowered. I didn't really check how much the detection has backups all over the place, but looks like most of the turrets had detection. Are they like not properly EMP secured, or did they just... It looks like they are. It looks like it's surrounded by rubber, man. This looks proper. Yeah, but I guess frags then just made them be a little bit unlucky. Gimle is at 88%. What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, what happened? The Gimle's weak side is starting to be exposed again. Oh no. Isn't that very sad? You know, as tradition holds, we will need to look at the Arqueballista Indomitus. Netrameda, I don't want to make you sad. Netrameda upgraded the Arqueballistas to a upgraded version, which is scientifically better in every regard. Very amazing. And I butchered their name many times in a row, so I don't want to do that again. But also, I can't check their names in game right now. Indomitus, I think it is. Not, it meant not, you can't tame them, basically. Untamable. Wild. Well, they decide to not fire. I don't know if we have some issues. Gimle is starting to back up instead. Smart boy. It's not a boy, it's a girl. All ships are girls, except some. It's weird. I don't know why exactly. It's just people have decided that ships are girls, except some ships. I think it's like one ship, but I don't really know. I think probably some more. I don't know. Ask a naval historian. I just like to nerd about classes a little bit, but also. That's because we want to put together a nice list of classes to use in from the depth game. And that will include present classes, historic classes, and some made-up classes, you know, to kind of catch it all. Yeah, and we are actually writing a document on that. If you want to help with that, you can do suggestions in Google Docs. You find a file if you go to GMODISM.com and browse your way to resources. You scroll down there and all the the things we're writing right now is there, so you can suggest some text if you want to help out, as I have been a little bit slow lately. But Commander Ali has started to help out a little bit on that, so that's beautiful. And we had good help before of some beautiful people in the AOG previously who have submitted a lot of things to it too. But anyways, if you want to speed up that process, you can help. Gimle is at 74% and the Valantis is at 86. If Valantis takes this battle home, it means victory because, you know, it won the one before. And it looks like a very likely scenario. Oh no! Since the Gimle's AI is being targeted as we speak. Alright, let's look at what position the Valantis is at right now. If it's doing good or if it's not doing good. I suppose it seems to be at 85% reasonably, and here it's still firing good APS shells, and this is probably whatever will win the battle. Oh my. And we can clearly see the like, look at it, we're actually targeting. No, it's not targeting the AI. Well, I don't think the Gimle really has any chances right now. Look at this. Ooh. You can see, I think most of the AIs are honestly offline here. Yeah, it doesn't do damage anymore. Like, I can't see anything shooting. Look at that. Well, we can conclude victory then. No, no. We have an arc. You're not gonna win this. Yeah, look at that. Well, GG. What? Okay, now we're starting to fire. We have a few things on secondary. Oh, what? Were it perhaps so that we were out of detection or something? 69%. Well, we certainly can't be completely concluding yet. Look at that. I think we were out of detection or something. That's weird because we do have some passive detection, some wireless things as well. So, but at 68%, the event of victory is quite unlikely. Even though the Gimle's strong side is being used at 67%. We've seen the Gimle win before, yes, but not against something at 82%, and it's using a lot of the similar strategies, so you know. We pretty much know where this is gonna go. Well, beautiful upgrade from Parzival there. We can definitely say the Valantis Mark X is very scary indeed. Very well tuned. And I don't know if it is, but hopefully it is on the workshop. And if it's not, maybe Parzival will put it there, maybe not. But in any case, watching the last seconds of this little battle, we can say that Parzival has made a good work upgrading the Valantis. Fun to see. Fun to get a little match like this. And yeah, Gimle is going down to lower and lower percentages. I guess we'll just wait a little bit and confirm. Yeah, well, whatever. We can be pretty certain the outcome anyways. And it's an unofficial battle, so it's less important. But good work from the Valantis. And you should definitely stay tuned for future videos, and if you want to write in some documents, you know where to find them at GMODISM.com. Big thanks again to all of our supporters, and I hope I will be seeing you in future videos. So bye bye, this is your host Eric, and we are signing out with the Gimle not sailing to the sunset, but rather under the sunset.